can tell from historical accounts and clues that this was something that they willingly signed on. So it seems that they did negotiate a lot of this. Or if they had objections, they would resolve that. In the end, they willingly signed. How do we know that? One clue is the following. Initially, the Prophet ﷺ, when he made this document, this constitution, who were those tribes who signed? They were the 8 Jewish tribes from the Aus and the Khazraj. Strictly from them, from these Arab tribes. The main 3 tribes of Medina, Banu Nadir, Banu Qurayza, Banu Qaynuqa', they did not sign on this document initially. They stayed out of it. They're just watching. Later, they came to the Prophet ﷺ and they told him, Ya Rasulullah, we'd like to sign on a similar document with you. This in itself reveals that they willingly accepted this document and they were okay with the tenets of this document, with the excerpts of this document. They were okay with it. Because if they had objections, they're not going to come and say, Ya Rasulullah, allow us to also sign on this. The Prophet never forced any of them. It was a suggestion. We're living in one community. Let's be one united nation. In fact, we see beautifully, last week we discussed even the word ummah. The Prophet declared the Muslims and the Jews one ummah. You want more than that? So when the 3 main Jewish tribes who were not from the Aus and the Khazraj, because we examined before the Aus and the Khazraj, they originally came from Yemen. Many of them, they converted to Judaism and they had their own tribes. The 3 tribes of Banu Qaynuqa', Banu Nadir, Banu Qurayza, they were not from Yemen. They came from the Jewish ancestry. They were the main tribes in the Arabian Peninsula. Initially, they were not part of this. Later, when they saw the tenets of the constitution, they found it very reasonable, they had no objection. They came to the Prophet, they told him, Ya Rasulullah, we also want to sign this document with you. That in itself reveals that this was negotiated with them. This wasn't something that the Prophet was